is going on, everyone? It's been a while since I've played some Runescape, but today I thought it might be nice to bring it out. So here we are, Runescape. I've played this game for a very long time. Um, I would say I've been playing this game going on 10 years now, off and on, probably closer to 15. But anyway, it has been a while. I think it was over 100 days since I last logged in. But I felt like doing some bossing. More particularly, Vindicta. And I thought, what better thing to do than to share that with you guys. So, here I am. I'm all geared up. I'm going to do this all solo. And we'll see what kind of loot we get. And if you haven't already, subscribe, hit that like button, leave some comments down below, and enjoy the video. So I'm going to go ahead and break the heart teleport, and we will begin our journey. Here we are. It's been a long time since I've been down here. A long time. Let's go ahead and move this up a little bit because I don't want that in my way. If I remember right, but I'm sure I don't. Where is Vindy? I think it's over there. We'll try that direction first. So, as you will notice, I have a ton of stuff on my layout. This is how I particularly like mine. Especially my two inventory spaces side by side like this, or up and down from each other, whatever you want to call it. I do like having this here just because I do use my artifacts, and they are awesome. Just absolutely amazing. And Zerosians. I'm going to have to go kill Zerosians. Alright. I will have to fast forward through this. Here we go. I think it's been a long time since I've had to do these. But nonetheless, pot up. We will end up coming back, and we'll have to re-gear after this because this is going to take a little bit of time and effort and health and stuff. So we'll see how we fare once we're done. I want to hear from you guys. What are your favorite bosses to kill? How long have you guys been playing RuneScape? What are your ideas from RS3 to old school RuneScape? What do you prefer? Were you around when the switch was made? When they introduced the evolution of combat? I know I was, and that was one of the reasons that I quit playing for a very long time. It was just kind of one of those things that I was not ready for that big of a change. But I do realize that RuneScape is much better now for it. Were you guys around for the NXT client launch? That was a huge update that got rid of a lot of bots and just overall toxicity to the game. I think it was really good for it. I think RuneScape is in a much better place now because of it, and I'm sure most people would probably agree with that. And I am just getting absolutely obliterated over here, but I'm getting tons of kills, so I don't care. I will take it. Take it, take it, take it. So, draw. What are you guys' thoughts on the new God Wars? I know I'm saying new. They've been around for a long time now. But I was around when it was just the typical hack and slash, and I really hope I don't die here. That was kind of an angry mob that I just kind of walked into, but it looks like we're making headway on here. What was your favorite bosses through the original God Wars? Was it Armadil? Was it the Ceradomium boss? Was it the Zamorak boss or Bandos? I personally did a ton of Bandos back in the day. It was just absolutely addicting. I could never stop. Now it's almost worthless to try to go there and do anything by yourself. And we've got plenty of kills now, so I'm going to go ahead and make my way over here. So that didn't take a long time to get a bunch of kills, but it did suck up a lot of food. But now we've got some followers still trying to kill me. Wow, I've got a lot of things after me. That's hilarious. We're going to traverse this threshold, and then we're actually not going to go in right now, but we're going to teleport out because I need to regain everything that I just completely lost for pots and food and everything else. So I think that's the fastest I've ever gone through food. That was crazy, but oh well. Here we are, good old bank. Where is my food? There we are. So we're gonna get all that. We will need another heart teleport. We'll go ahead and swap that out. And we'll go ahead and load up on Rocktail. Alright, I think we're good to go now. Cool. Let's roll. Alright, so now we're back here again. And let's head over to the boss, shall we? Now, for those of you who are seeing my little cute little dragon kitten thing over here, I do have him completely upgraded to an adult stage. However, I feel that it is a lot easier to go bossing if they are not flying in your face the entire time, because they tend to get in your way and you click on the boss and then you end up trying to withdraw food or whatever, and it's just a mess. So that works. Cool. Start. Alright, so that took out 40 Zeros reputation. Brings me down to 67. And we are going to pot up. We're going to go to benefits. Where's my vampirism? There we go. Alright, and here we go. Pass through the barrier. Alright, let's do it. Now, Vindicta is probably, I would consider, one of the easier bosses to kill. I know a lot of people disagree with me, but for the mechanics and everything else that goes along with it, I find that I just am more efficient at this boss than any of the others. I don't know. It's easy. Just stay out of the purple smoke. How many of you guys go go on Revolution, or do you guys typically stay on manual? I know I stay in Revolution all the time. Sometimes I go and change it up a bit, and I will actually put myself into the Legacy mode. But do not go bossing on a normal world in Legacy mode. Everything has been transferred over to the Revolution of Combat modes, and unless you go into a Legacy server, you're going to have a rather difficult time, and it's not going to be very efficient. You're probably going to die on these newer bosses. However, with the older bosses, you would probably be okay, but you're still just not going to be quite as efficient as you would on Revolution or the newer style combat. And dodge. There we go. Still went through a bunch of food. It's been a while since I've played this. And we want to get away from that. We're going to make you come to me. And then we're going to do an ultimate. And out of the smoke, out of the smoke, out of the smoke. There we go. Now, she does hit pretty hard sometimes, so you do have to be kind of wary of that. But it's usually not too bad. Especially with the gear that I'm wearing. I'm obviously eating way too much during this time. But that's just the way it is. It's been a long time since I've done this boss, and I've obviously lost my efficiency at it. But that's okay. We'll get back into the swing of things. What are you guys' favorite skills? What was your first 99, if you have them? Or what is your plan to get your first 99 if you haven't already got one? I've got a few. Obviously, for the time that I've played on this account to the amount of 99s that I have, you can obviously see I wasn't always the most dedicated when it came to training in general. Ooh, that's a pretty decent drop. 300k. Not bad. So I am out of prayer points. I need to recharge that. There we go. And here we are again. I think I'm actually going to end up doing protect from melee. We'll see if that fares me any better. One can only hope. I've not detected the best way to figure out what direction she is coming from, because I always get lit up with that fire or smoke or whatever you want to call it. Fiery smoke. That time I just wasn't paying attention. And that's a decent hit. Beginning to think that I don't really have my hotbar set up really the greatest for doing bossing. I can't remember if I ended up changing this for another reason. I very well could have, though. Oh, popped that at the wrong time. That's okay. That's why we have food and Cerebrews. By the way, Ceradomian brews are extremely expensive. They're like 25k per flask. They're not exactly the most economical when it comes to bossing, especially with Vindy, but I don't really care. I boss because I enjoy bossing. I don't necessarily boss because I want to sit here and make money all day. She's going over there, so I need to move. Ooh, there she hit pretty good. Ooh, I got lucky. Nope, I did not get lucky. I thought I was going to get lucky and get away unscathed. That's okay, though. Move. And this should be the last flight that she does. Man, she just keeps hitting me pretty hard. That's ridiculous. Haha, I got away unscathed that time. Yeah, I did. We really only gonna get 2 kills in on this one before I have to bank? I feel like a noob. All over again. That's okay. A real pro would have brought a full inventory of flasks and just camped here. And wow, that's it. That was awful. That was a terrible drop. Absolutely horrible. So we're gonna go back to Edgefill. We're gonna bank real quick. I'm also going to extend my Beast of Burden. We also obviously want to get rid of that. So let's redo our little thought process here a little bit. We only need 1 of those. Really only need 2 of those. We'll go ahead and drag this over here. We'll go ahead and drag this over here. And this is my loot table from a long time. Deposit the shark, because we're going to get something better called rock tails. And where are we at? Wartort. That is not what I wanted to do. What? This does not make sense. 1 second here. Pets. With the fire drake. We're gonna go with the baby. No, let's go with adolescence. I'm gonna accept it. What the heck? Pets. Fire drake. Override. There we go, that might work. But it does not work. What? Did they break that? It used to be that I could extend my Well, that kind of stinks. That's okay. We'll load up anyway. It's all good. No worries. As fast as I went through that food, it probably doesn't really matter. That's interesting. I thought that you could extend them out. They used to be that way, and they must have changed it. That's okay. So it used to be that you could extend it out to, I believe it was 120 minutes, and I'm not sure what I did to break that. But that's okay. I'll figure it out later. You're here to watch content. You're not here to watch me figure stuff out. Rejoin. Traverse the barrier. Hello. That might not have been the best place to put myself. That's okay. We'll just run through it right now so that we don't get burned later. Move, 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 move. No, don't run through the crap. Are you kidding me? gonna try and get 3 kills out of this one. Move, 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 move. X marks the spot. Did I just see a glitch there? They raised your shoulder, but you did not breathe fire all over the place. Hmm. And this is the end of this one. Still not getting any good drops. Wow. Ah, nope, 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 nope. Aha! And did you just die? My goodness. And we're out of POB, aren't we? Yep. Alright. Back to Edgeville. Time to restock. Probably need to go ahead and dismiss this follower. Aha, that might have been it. Let's see here. Fire Drake. Call pet. There we go. And we need to go ahead and deposit all this. We'll just do that. Let's see if it'll let us do it now. Transform to Beast of Burden and there we go. Extend. There we go. Yeah. That helps a lot. So do a couple of those. Do it this way. Those. Fill up with rocktails. Fill up with rocktails. And off we go again. What is your guys' first memory of RuneScape? Remember when it was launched? I do. It was wonderful. Ooh, we might have made a mistake there by forgetting to do that before we left. That's okay. We'll see how far we can get. Oop, we need to get out of that though. Yep. Oh, that one really got me good. I hate it when you get like a spot ready that you think that you're gonna be able to go to, and then it's just like, oh nope, that place is completely covered with fire. It would also help if we potted up. Do it this way. So typically, when I would do this with a group of people, to save our prayer points, we would have everyone pray what they needed, and then we would have like one or two other people. If it was a group of three, one person would pray to weaken the defense, one person would do strength, one person would do attack. That way, not everyone is completely roasting out their prayer. Would you get out of the fire? My goodness. Whoa, that was a close call. What are you doing? My goodness, my character is being rather dumb today. Oh, there went the prayer. Let me get that up, and you can just we really kind of sucked this time. That's okay. Ooh. There we go. We got a decent drop there. Whew, we got 2,000 coins. Would you look at that? What's up, buddy? X marks the spot. Man, I'm just not hitting very hard today. And for those that are still here and watching, if you're unaware of the reward potential for doing Vindicta, let me tell you. I believe the best drop out of Vindicta is actually the Dragon Rider Lance, which is the lance that he has right there in his hand. It's exact model. And it is a really good weapon if you're looking for a good weapon, but not as expensive as the Noxious Scythe, which is what I am currently wielding, if you were unaware. The Noxious Scythe is, I believe, the best melee tiered weapon in the game. It does degrade, but you can repair it. But it is a rather steep price to get into. But in my opinion, it is well worth it. It is amazing. I absolutely love it. Would I ever PK with it? Absolutely not. Although I have seen some people do it. Not my cup of tea. Wow. That was the worst drop I think I've ever gotten. That was pathetic. That was pretty bad. Ugh. I don't even think you can sell these. Like, you basically have to pay people to take these stone spirits. They help with mining or whatever, but they just... Ugh. They're worthless. Alright, let's go do one more, and then we will say adieu. Let's go ahead and get prayer filled up, that we don't run into the same issue we did last time. And that's done. One, two, three, 4, 5. Ooh, it's about time to buy more rocktails. Yep. Alright, here we go. Last one. Now, I realize I'm not going to do the full hour of this, more than likely, but that's okay. I just wanted to get a little bit of bossing in today, because I hadn't done it in a very long time. And now I'm remembering how much I missed playing Runescape. Been playing a lot of Rust, Space Engineers, Divinity 2, Grand Theft Auto 5. A lot of games. I play a lot of games. Too many games. It's hard to keep up with all of it. Are there any games that you guys would like to see me play? Are there any games that you wish I would stop playing so I could play something else? I'm always up for new games. I have dabbled in Final Fantasy Online. I've also played World of Warcraft a lot. What games do you play? Do you guys typically stick to a certain genre? Or do you mix it up a bit like I do? I know there's a lot of people that go out there and they specialize in one game. I used to do that, and that used to be RuneScape. But then RuneScape started changing so much, and then I started switching it up, and then I just found a whole world of video games, and there's too many of them that I like, so I just play them all. Keep forgetting to use that overload potion. It is definitely worth using. What would the minimum spec requirements be for this boss? Let's see, I would say you would probably want... You could do this in bandos if you really wanted to. Would I recommend it? No. But if you really, really want to get into this and do bossing, I would recommend coming in here with a group. That way someone can be the tank, preferably someone who's a little bit more experienced with this boss. Just because it can be a little intimidating at first to tank the boss and to not die. I know there's a lot of moving around that you end up doing across the map. Kind of weapon. I would say Dragon Rider Lance would be a really good choice. There's also the... Oh, what are they? The shadow? I don't think they're shadow glaives. I can't remember, but they're a melee one-hand weapon and an offhand weapon. Can't remember what they're called. We'll go look them up in the Grand Exchange after this boss trip. And of course, you would stick me in there. And am I going to die? No, I am not. That was close. That really cut my trip down a lot. Why is this one being so difficult? Did you just die? Grammy Dwarfweed. That is the bad thing about doing these, is you run the risk of actually spending more on food and pots and everything else than what you actually make back. That's another reason to go in a group, because if you have two people in here, it goes so much faster and you take so much less damage, and you don't have to worry about the issue that I'm running into. The only issue that you run into is, well, obviously if you're doing a duo, then you're going to need to split up the loot, and then that does cut down the profits a lot. But you can stay in here longer, you can get more kills, and the more kills you do, the greater chance you run of getting the sacred Dragon Rider Lance. And I believe that, the last time I checked, sold for a cool 25 mil. Actually had a buddy of mine that got 3 of them in one day. But he was in a group and that just got in my way, so that's a no-no. He was in a group of like 5 and they were just speed killing this thing down, and they ended up getting like 3 Dragon Rider Lances that day. But that's only 5 mil pop, 15 mil they made. I don't want to know how much money they spent with overloads and Ceradomium brews and all that, but I would imagine it was quite the expensive trip and probably was not worthwhile cost-wise. She just needs to die. My goodness. Alright, you're done for. What the heck? Wow, this is ridiculous. I haven't even gotten quite 2 kills in yet. Wow. Magic logs of all things. That is all of Indy that I'm doing tonight. Let's go take a look at the weapons that I was talking about. For minimum spec requirements, I would recommend Bando's armor and we could probably just look in here. Fury blades. There they are. Blades of Fury. Didn't realize they were that high up. You might be able to get away with dragon weaponry, but I would not go any lower than that. Definitely not. Not unless you're in a larger group. Yep. And the Blades of Fury are not really that expensive. I believe you could probably get the whole set, both blades, for 5 mil. It's pretty cheap. Blade of Avarice and Numora. Oh wow, they've dropped in price. So that one's only 817 and that one is 923. So you can get the full set for under 2 mil. And let's look for the Bando set. Probably what? 8 mil maybe? 5. Wow, prices have dropped. Let's look what the Noxious Scythe is. Last time I looked at it, it was 140 mil. Holy cow, 161. It's gone up in price. That is awesome. That is great. I love it. 134 and 136. So the Noxious Scythe is the most expensive melee weapon other than the Zeros God Sword, which is over $1 bill. I will never own one of these. It's way too expensive. However, it is probably the most powerful sword in the game. And I am open to challenge on that. I'd like to hear you guys' debate on what you think is the most powerful. But that is it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you were looking for more tutorials or looking for more content in the bossing area, let me know in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to do that. I think what I'm going to do is do a video for each of the bosses that I know that I can kill. That means that all of the God Wars 1 bosses are going to be included into this. We'll think about the bosses for God Wars Dungeon 2. And I may do a video on Nex as well. I have actually never done the spider, Araxor. He looks awful intimidating, and I'm not a fan of spiders. So this is Demon Angel, and I am signing off. I will see you guys next time.